Back throw it to me, or toss it my way. Taylor Sheridan has been keeping busy with an impressive lineup of hit TV series. But wouldn't it be something if he found the time to write another Sicario movie? He's the mind behind Yellowstone and its spin-offs like 1883 and 1923, as well as shows like Mayor of Kingstown, Tulsa King, and Lawmen, Bass Reeves. That alone puts him among the most successful TV writers working today. But before his TV empire took off, Sheridan was crafting powerful stories for the big screen. Films like Sicario, Hell or High Water, and Wind River all carried his signature grit and depth. Sicario, in particular, stood out enough to draw the attention of Denis Villeneuve, who brought it to life on screen. The film still holds an impressive 92% on Rotten Tomatoes and is considered one of Villeneuve's best works. Ever since the 2018 sequel Sicario, Day of the Soldado fans have been hoping for a third installment. And with whispers of Sicario 3 floating around, the dream would be for Sheridan and Villeneuve to reunite to complete the trilogy the right way. It's their collaboration that gave the first Sicario its edge. The story followed FBI agent Kate Macer as she joined a no-holds-barred government task force led by Matt Graver and the enigmatic Alejandro on a mission to dismantle a cartel. The cast delivered standout performances. Emily Blunt, Josh Brolin, Benicio del Toro, and Daniel Kaluuya all brought real weight to their roles. It was the perfect storm, a sharp script from Sheridan and precise haunting direction from Villeneuve. That's what made Sicario resonate long after the credits rolled. The problem with continuing the series without both of them became clear in Day of the Soldado. While Brolin and del Toro returned, the absence of Blunt and Kaluuya left a void. Their characters grounded the first film in relatable humanity. Without them, the sequel felt colder, more distant. Alejandro, while fascinating, isn't exactly a character audiences easily connect with, and it showed. While the original Sicario earned high praise from critics, the sequel dropped to 62% on Rotten Tomatoes, a noticeable decline. Sure, Day of the Soldado had some intense action sequences thanks to director Stefano Sollima, but it lacked the same emotional weight and moral complexity. That's why a third film only makes sense if Sheridan crafts a script strong enough to bring Villeneuve back to the director's chair. As for whether Sicario 3 is actually happening, well, it's been stuck in development limbo for years. Despite the mixed reception of the sequel, a third entry was announced, and Sheridan was reportedly working on a script. Still, there hasn't been much progress. The working title, Sicario, Capos, has been around for a while, but it remains unclear if the film will move forward. In February 24, Villeneuve said he'd be excited to see a new Sicario script from Sheridan, but also mentioned that he hasn't heard anything official yet. His interest, though, is a good sign. If Sheridan delivers a new script, there's a real possibility Villeneuve could More recently, Josh Brolin provided another update. Just months after Villeneuve's comments, Brolin revealed that Sicario 3 is closer to being made than ever. That hints at some behind-the-scenes momentum finally building. If it does happen, the ideal scenario is Sheridan and Villeneuve working together again. That pairing made the first film exceptional, and it could help the third entry finally become the sequel fans have been hoping for. The title Sicario, Capos, suggests a story on a much larger scale. A capos means a bosses, implying Matt and Alejandro won't just be dealing with mid-level cartel operatives. This time, they'd be targeting the real power players, those with influence, resources, and far more to lose. This kind of shift raises the stakes dramatically and opens the door for deeper moral conflicts. Sicario has always excelled at showing that the line between good and evil is anything but clear. And if the story picks up from the ending of Day of the Soldado, Matt Graver could be in a very different place. After going rogue, letting Alejandro live, and defying orders, his position with the CIA may no longer be secure. Imagine a scenario where he's no longer calling the shots, but instead trying to survive. Alejandro, too, was left severely wounded, but alive. A third film could take his character in new directions. Perhaps he seeks revenge, maybe he's drawn into a larger war, possibly he even gains a foothold in the game of power himself. And then there's the wild card, Kate Mazer. If Emily Blunt returns, the film could shift back to her perspective. That would be a strong callback to the original Sicario. She served as the audience's moral anchor, and now, with more experience, she might be ready to confront both Matt and Alejandro directly. Whether she's been quietly building a case against them or accidentally pulled into their war again, her return would add a fresh dynamic. It wouldn't just be an action thriller. It'd become a three-way psychological standoff. And if Villeneuve directs, expect a return to the slow-burning, atmospheric style that made the first film unforgettable. His talent for tension and mood would elevate the story, possibly even surpassing what Day of the Soldado attempted. A Sicario film written by Sheridan and directed by Villeneuve. That's the dream. Right now, the pieces are scattered, but the good news is this. Josh Brolin says the movie is closer than ever. Villeneuve hasn't ruled out directing if Sheridan is on board. So the wait continues, but hope isn't lost. Capos could be the sequel that brings the Sicario saga full circle. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more breakdowns like this. And if you've got a topic you'd like to see covered, drop your suggestions in the comments below. Catch you in the next one.